After destroying Ugluk, the 300s of Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn meet with Gandalf in Fanghorn Forest and find out that the hobbits are safe with Treebeard, and that Gandalf says we must make haste and go to Edoras and warn Theoden of Rohan of the danger that is happening with Isengard, and make the Helm's Deep their stronghold in the mountains. Welcome to Helm's Deep, Part 8 of my Saga campaign. We are now almost halfway through the campaign, and I hope you're enjoying it. Here are the boons and burdens I've earned so far in my campaign. The decks I'm using in this quest are Gandalf, Legolas, and Gimli. The starting threat for the deck is 34. For the Éomer deck, I'm using Éomer, Theoden, and Erkenbrand. And the starting threat for the Éomer deck is 32. Now we each draw 6 cards. I'm going to be using these pipe tokens as my exhaustion tokens. I got some nice restricted attachments, so I'm going to keep this this hand. Going over to the 300s deck. The Éomer deck. This is a nice hand, so I'll keep this one as well. Now to 1A, the King of the Golden Hall. Set us the defense of Helm's Deep and 1 copy of Deeping Wall aside out of play, and each player sets 1 copy of Soldier of Isengard aside out of play. Then the players may choose either shuffle 1 copy of Poison Consul into its deck or advance to stage 2A, bypassing stage 1B. Well, in all the times I've played this, I can't remember how many times it is, but it's beyond count. I've never gone to stage 1B. So these are the cards I'm setting aside. Now we're going to 2A. Add the defense of Helm's Deep and each copy of the Soldier of Isengard to the staging area, and make Deeping Wall the active location. And shuffle in counter decks, and each player reveals 1 counter card. First card, Postern Door. Second card, the Hornburg. Okay, so we each give resource to characters. And then we each draw a card. I'm going to play Raven of War onto Gimli. And then I'm going to play Glamdring onto Eomer. And then I'm going to play the Open the Armories. Search the top 10 cards of my deck for armor or weapon attachment. Lots of whiff. Going over to 300 deck, we draw a card, cram. We're going to put a Dagger of Westernness onto Eomer. We'll put a Keeping Count onto Legolas. Black Arrow onto Legolas. And a cram onto Erkenbrand. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. And this quest has defense, where the encounter deck is trying to make progress on the quest. So for each threat that is above our willpower, when we quest on successfully, instead of raising our threat, it's put its progress on the quest. The encounter deck is trying to go through the quest as quickly as possible. We're trying to slow it down and last 8 turns so we can go straight to 5A instead of being destroyed at 4B. Going into the quest phase, we're going to quest for 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, and now we're going to use Amra's ability, and he's attacking for 7, and we're going to destroy the Soldier of Isengard in the staging area. And we get to draw a card, because it was an orc, and the threat in the staging area is 10. And each of our heroes at the moment has +1 defense because of the Deeping Wall. Is the active location. First card, Scaling Ladders, Surge, when revealed. Attached to the active location, counts as a siege attachment with attacks. Each enemy gets +1 threat. Card 2, or card 1, deeping culvert, X. X is one more than the number of allies controlled by the first player. So that's always going to be 1 because I have no allies. Now card 2, another soldier of Isengard. So that added a total of 5 threat to the staging area, bringing it up to 15. So he quested unsuccessfully by 1. Actually, it added 2 more because of the soldier of Isengard and both enemies with the siege scaling ladders. So we have a total of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So he quested unsuccessfully by 3. That puts 3 progress on the deeping wall. Now we're going to go to the next stage. But before then, we have to add 1 resource to the defense of Helm's Deep. And then we put 2 progress on the quest because we have 2 enemies in the staging area. Churro gets a resource. Draw a card. Each player raises their threat by 1. Spear of the Mark. We're going to put Spear of the Mark onto Aomer, bringing him up to 9 attack. Now we go over to the 3 Hunters deck. Draw a card. Wizard Pipe, that's nice. We're going to put a Wizard Staff onto Gandalf. Now we're going to play a Wizard Pipe onto Gandalf. Now we're going to go into the questing phase. We're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12 again. And we're going to destroy one of the soldiers of Isengard with Aomer's ability, and we get to draw a card. Secret Vigil. And at the moment there's 12 in the staging area. First card, Warrior of Dunland. When revealed, it makes an immediate attack against you. I'm going to block with Erkenbrand. Makes it another additional attack. I'm going to pay 1 damage Erkenbrand by 1 to cancel that effect, and I take 2 damage from the attack. Card number 2, another Deeping Wall. So we added a total of 9 threats to the staging area. So we have 10, 20, 9, 5, 9, 10, 21. So we quested unsuccessfully by 9. So that clears out the Deeping Wall. And we each have to raise our threat by 4. And it also clears out the salt on Helm's Gate. We actually had 22 because of the one threat from the defense of Helm's Gate, but it doesn't matter. The Host of Isengard. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile and victory display for Helm's Gate and add it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. Make Helm's Gate the actual location, returning any previous actual location to the staging area. I forgot to give out the archery last turn. So now we have 2 archery. And the Soldier of Isengard is going to engage. The 300s deck. I forgot we actually only dealt 1 damage from that previous attack because he had the extra damage from extra defense from Helm's Deep. We're going to ready up Erkenbrand with the Cram. Deal out shadow cards, so we're going to block with Erkenbrand. Discard a non-objective attachment. And even if Erkenbrand defended it, I'm still the defending player. So I have to discard the attachment. So Erkenbrand takes 1 damage. And I am going to attack with Legolas and use the black arrow. And destroy the Soldier of Isengard. Black arrow goes to the victory display. And we're not going to use his response. Now we have to put another resource on Defense of Helm's Deep at the end of the questing phase that I forgot to do. And I'm going to use Gandalf's staff. Give 1 resource to Éomer. Now we go to the next round. Each player raises their threat by 1. Each hero gets a resource. Draw a card. we're going to use the wizard staff and put ranger spikes on the top of the encounter deck, on top of our deck. And now we're going to use the wizard staff to give Gandalf 1 resource. And then we're going to play ranger spikes into the staging area. Now going over to the Amber deck, draw a card, Gondorian Shield. We're going to give Erkenbrand an ancestral armor. Giving him +2 defense and +2 hit points. And now we're going to give Legolas, we're going to give Gimli a Gondorian Shield. Actually, I'm going to give Theoden the Gondorian Shield. And we're going to spend 1 and put the Secret Vigil onto the Warrior of Dunland. Now we're going to go into the questing phase. We're going to quest for 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and use Erkenbrand Amber's ability and destroy the Warrior of Dunland. And each deck gets to lower the threat by 4. And the total threat in the staging area is 11. And if I don't get progress onto the main quest, I have to reveal an additional encounter card. And I also have to reveal an additional encounter card if each player is not engaged with 1 enemy, which I have no enemies engaged with me, so I have to reveal 3 cards. Uruk-hai Fighter, so they got that she-orc. And she gets trapped. Got another Helm's Gate. It's nasty. 5 threat. And another card. The Delver is Saruman. Place 3 progress on the main quest, bypassing the active location. And until the end of the round, treat each character's text box as if it was blank. Just going to keep this out here to remind me. So now the total threat in the staging area is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17, 18, 19. So we quested unsuccessfully by 7. So that clears Helm's Gate and puts 4 progress onto the Host of Isengard, 1 away from going to stage 4. Now we're going to travel to the Deeping Wall. And all enemies get minus 20 engagement costs and +2 attack, but we have no enemies that need to engage because the Shiork is trapped. So we add 1 resource to the defense of Helm's Deep. And we go to the next round. Raising each player's threat by 1 and giving each hero a resource. Draw a card, Foe Hammer. We're going to play the Steward of Gondor onto Gandalf. Now, 3 Hunters deck, draw a card. We're going to put the Ancestral Armor onto Erkenbrand. I mean, the Armored Destry. And then Gandalf's we're gonna put Shadowfax onto Gandalf. Now we're going to switch the Dagger of Westerness to Flame of Anor and give Legolas the Dagger of Westerness. Now we're going to put the Raven-Winged Helm onto Erkenbrand. Now we go into the questing. And even if the Shiork is trapped, I'm still going to destroy her with Erkenbrand's ability. And we're going to be questing for 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we destroy the Shiork. And I get to draw a card because she's an orc. And then I'm going to play a Foe Hammer and get to draw 3 cards. Another Foe Hammer, a Glabrian Stone, and a Hulvark Mail. I'm going to play another Foe Hammer and draw 3 more cards. Golden Belt, Dagger of Westerness, and Secret Vigil. And at the moment right now, there is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're pretty much guaranteed to go through. So I'm going to send actually no care. I'm actually only going to send Éomer onto the quest. Even if I already said I was sending those other stuff. I'm only sending Éomer. Because there's no use sending anybody else because we're going to go through. So we're only sending 1 to the quest. Warrior of Dunland. Card 2. Poster and Door. So we quested unsuccessfully by 17. So that clears the deeping wall. We raise our threat by 4. And it clears the host of Isengard. And we go to 4A. When revealed, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards from the encounter deck until X enemies are discarded, or X's number of players in the game, and add each enemy discarded this way to the staging area. I again forgot to add the 3 threat, but it didn't matter because we went through. It's an easy thing to forget. We also get to add another one because we, at the end of the quest phase. There we got a She-Orc. Oh, that's a nice one to get rid of. And then we got a Isengard Uruk, and these are not affected by the when revealed because they're discarded. And we're going to travel to the Hornburg. All the enemies are going to be engaging. And 4B is, after a character is destroyed, place 1 progress on this stage, bypassing any active location. And if this stage is defeated, the players lose the game. So we're going to engage the Wild Hillman. And then I'm just going to engage the Uruk-hai fighter. And then the Isengard Uruk comes over to the Amber deck. We have 2 archery, but the Hornburg reduces the archery threat by the number of players in the game, where it's 2. So we give no archery. Deal out shadow cards. And I'm going to use Aragorn's ability to ready up Éomer. And then I'm going to play a quick strike and attack and destroy the Wild Hillman. So he can't put any progress on the quest. He's destroyed, and I get to draw the card because he's an orc. Now with Erkenbrand, we're going to block the Isengard Uruk. Attacking enemy gets +2 attack, so he's attacking for 5. We have 5 defense, so no damage. Then we're going to ready up with the Armored Destrier and block the She-Orc. No shadow, no damage. And now we're going to attack with Aragorn and Theoden and destroy the Uruk of Isengard. And then we're going to attack with Gandalf and Legolas and destroy the She-Orc. Now we go to the next round. Raise each player's threat by 1. And give each hero a resource. Draw a card. We're going to play Andriel onto Aragorn. Now we're going to use the staff. Let's switch it with the Flame Venor, and then we're going to play Strider onto Gandalf. And play Thorongil onto Legolas. So now you can quest and discard a card to ready up a character. And if it's Gimli, he gets +1 willpower until the end of the phase. And he also gains the spirit icon. Now we go over to the Amber deck, draw a card. We're going to put a Cram onto Erkenbrand. Well, Theoden should have another defense. We're going to put a dagger onto Legolas. We're going to put the Calabrian Stone onto Aragorn. Now we're going to go into the questing phase, and we're going to quest with everyone. And then discard a card to ready up Gimli. So he gets +1 willpower. So we're going to be questing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And the total spread in the staging area is 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. First card, a Fighting Uruk-hai. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Uruk-hai enemy. Reveal it and put it into play engage with you. Shuffle the encounter deck. Until the end of the round, each enemy engaged with you adds its threat to the staging area. Well, we're going to get a She-Orc. Put that into play. Then we have to shuffle the encounter deck. Reveal another card and another She-Orc. So we added a total of 6 to the staging area, so we're up to 22. So we quested unsuccessfully by 2. So we put 2 progress onto the Hornberg. Now we get to put another resource onto the Helm's Deep. Now we're going to engage the Uruk-hai fighter with the 300s deck. Deal out shadow cards. We're going to block with Erkenbrand. No shadow, no damage. And then we're going to remove the other shadow with Armored Destroyer. Oh, that's nice. And then block them again. So, no damage. And now Gandalf is going to ready up with Shadowfax, and he's attacking for 4. And Gimli's attacking for 3, so that's 7. So we can destroy one of the she-orcs. And now we're going to go to the next round. Raise each player's threat by 1. And give each hero a resource. Draw a card. Quick Strike. Oh, we forgot to use Gandalf's ability, so we're going to have the 300s deck draw a card. We're going to put a Dagger of Westernness onto Theoden. Now we're going to put the Hulverk of Mail onto Erkenbrand, giving him +1 defense and +1 hit point. And we're going to put a Secret Vigil onto the she-orc. And go over to the 300s deck. Get a draw card. And now we're going to use the staff to draw another card. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. We're again going to I actually had to use the cram last turn to ready Erkenbrand so he could defend. But we're going to quest everybody again. So we're questing for 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm going to discard a card to ready up Gimli. First card revealed, a Deeping Wall. Second card revealed, an Isengard Uruk. When revealed, assign 3 damage among characters you control, or reveal an additional counter card. I'm going to assign 3 damage. One on Gandalf, 1 on Legolas, and 1 on Gimli. So the total threat in the staging area is 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So he quested unsuccessfully by 3. So we clear this and we put 2 progress onto the main quest. And when this is cleared, we have to do 1 damage to each. 1 damage for each enemy in play. So that's 2. So I'm going to put 3 damage onto Éomer. Actually, 1 damage onto Theoden and 2 damage onto Éomer. Now we're going to travel to the Deeping Wall. And we have archery 2. We're going to put 1 damage onto Éomer and 1 onto Theoden. And now we're going to ready up Erkenbrand and block the Uruk-hai. Exhaust the character you control. I'm going to deal 1 damage to Erkenbrand to cancel that effect. And then it's canceled because of the Raven-winged Helm. And I'm going to remove this. Then I'm going to block with Gimli and spend 1 resource to ready up Legolas. And he gets +1 attack. So now we're going to attack with Legolas, who's attacking for 6. And Gandalf, who's attacking for 4. We're going to destroy the She-Orc, and we reduce our threat by 3. We also put another resource onto the Helm's Deep. And now we go to the next phase. Raise each player's threat by 1 and give each hero a resource. Draw a card. And The Amor deck now has at least 2 restricted attachments on each of its heroes, so it gets to flip its contract. And I'm going to play the War Axe onto Gandalf. And it can be put on him because when he plays a card from the top of the deck, he's considered to have the printed icons of each spear. And you only check it once. So he's got 2 more attack. Then I'm going to switch the black arrow with a wizard pipe and put the black arrow onto Legolas. Going over to the Amor deck, you get a Gondorian shield. We're going to put a Gondorian shield on the Gandalf. And he gets now +2 defense because he has the Gondor trait. And we're also going to put a golden belt on him. And he also gets another attack because of this 3rd restricted attachment. Now we're going to go into the questing phase. And there's a total of 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 in the staging area. And we're going to quest for a total of, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $11, 12. We're going to use the Wizard's Staff ability to draw a card. Now we're going to discard the Wizard's Staff to ready up Gimli. So he gets +1. So that's a total 3, 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 23. The first card is a Uruk-hai fighter. So we have to search the encounter deck for an enemy and reveal it and put it into play. And you also can search the discard pile. I'm going to get a yeah, we'll get a She-Orc. reveal another card and Night Without End. Either remove one resource token from the defense of Helm's Deep or reveal 2 additional shadow cards. So at the moment we're at 23 threat, we're tied. I'm going to reveal 2 additional shadow cards. Scaling Ladders against Surge. Delvery Sermon, that puts 3 progress onto the main quest. And a Hornberg. So we added a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 28. So we quested unsuccessfully by 5. That puts 4 progress onto the Deeping Wall and 1 onto Helm's Gate. I mean, on the wall is breached. So now we're going to travel to the Hornberg. Now we're going to block. We're actually going to do a quick strike with Gandalf and destroy one of the Uruk-hai fighters. We have the 2 archery got canceled. And then we're going to block the other Isengard Uruk with Gimli. Exhaust the character you control. We have no characters to exhaust. So now we go to the next round. Raise each player's threat by 1 and give each hero a resource. Before then, we can heal up 1 damage from each of these characters with the contract. You draw a card, Ranger Spikes, and Unexpected Courage. We're going to play an Unexpected Courage on the Erkenbrand. Now we go over to the Hammer deck, draw a card. Now we go to the questing phase. We're going to quest with everyone again. And we're going to discard a Ranger Spikes to ready up Gimli. First card is a Soldier of Isengard. Second card is a Reckless Hate. The enemy in the staging area makes an immediate attack against you. If no attacks made this way, gains Surge. So we're going to block with let's see. First off, we're going to discard the Shadow card with the Wizard Staff. And then we're going to block it with Gimli, who takes 1 damage. And spends 1 resource to ready up Legolas. And one thing I forgot to do is I also was able to flip the contract with the 300 deck. So that's going to add a lot more willpower. So now we're going to play Hands Upon the Bow and destroy the Soldier of Isengard. So the total threat in the staging area is 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 19. So we quested successfully. And we get to put a resource onto the defense of Helm's Deep. And we go up to 8. So now we advance to 5A. Whew, we are 1 away from being gone. 5A, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. And discard cards from the encounter deck until X enemies are discarded, where X is the number of players in the game. Add each discarded enemy to the staging area. Now we skip the quest phase, and players cannot reduce their threat. And if there are no enemies in play, the players win the game. We got a Soldier of Isengard and a She-Orc. So we're going to engage the Soldier of Isengard with the 300 deck and the She-Orc with the Hammer deck. And right now I'm going to play a Hold Your Ground. Oh, but first off, I'm going to deal out the shadow cards. And we have 1 archery. I'm going to put that on the Gandalf and then heal up 1 damage from each of the characters because of the contract. Yeah, I'm just going to play Hold Your Ground now. When I get it ready, all characters with Sentinel. Now I'm going to block the Iroquois soldier with Erkenbrand. Gains +2 attack, no damage. Then I'm going to remove the shadow card from the soldier of Isengard with Armored Destry and ready up. I'm going to block the soldier with Gimli. And he takes 1 damage, and he's going to spend a resource to ready up Legolas and give him +1 attack. And then I'm going to raise my threat by 3. Quest. I'm going to use 2 resources from Aragorn to ready up Éomer, and then I'm going to play a quick strike and destroy the She-Orc. And I get a draw card. And then I'm going to play Gandalf. Gandalf will play the Flame of Nor and just discard the Flaming Brand. And my Gandalf gets +2 attack. So he's going to attack for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and destroy the Soldier of Isengard. And Legolas is going to attack for 3, 4, 5, 6 and use the black arrow to make that 11 and destroy the Isengard Uruk. Well, that's the game. I thought it was going to be gone, but I was able to succeed. And I hope you enjoyed that. I would say the MVPs in that one were the Armored Destry for the Éomer deck, and say Shadowfax for the 300s deck. And the total score was 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 125, 165, minus off 11, so 154. Well, I'll see you in Isengard, and we're going to be changing decks again. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hope you're enjoying everything. Have a great day.